can't tell you the other part of the dream. I had a fucked up dream. It was a weird one.
Yo, so you remember in the last Batika's video where he was talking about a doctor misdiagnosing her? Well, today is a continuation of that VOD where she goes ahead to tell about a nasty or a possessive dream that she had. So I hope you're gonna stick around to the very end of the video. And with that, guys, let's just head straight into the video.
Yeah, oh my god. I'm just trying to think. I had a really up dream again the other day. I was on melatonin. I actually dreamt I was back in that house and there were demons, and I was like, oh god, I'm like, it didn't cleanse me enough. The other parts of that dream I can't say, but there was other things I dreamt and I can't remember. Oh my god, I haven't even told the girls yet. I had this dream and I'm kind of like, I woke up and I was annoyed at them. And I remember Ali that day was like, hey, like just randomly like, oh, like, do you want to have a phone call? And I'm thinking, no, I don't want to have a phone call with you. But dude, they were so mean to me in my dream, and honestly, like, I'm kind of annoyed. No, I obviously had a phone call with her. I didn't get time to tell her about the dream. I can't tell you the other part of the dream.
Tell us. Tell us.
I had a fucked up dream. It was a weird one. Dead. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It sounds awful. They're getting worse.
Dreams sometimes are nasty.
Okay, let me tell you this dream.
Bring it on.
This is a really detailed dream, by the way, and I didn't write it all down. So, like,
We are here
honestly,
for it.
this is a very short version of a very long, detailed dream. Okay, just let that sink in. So I dreamt, right? So it sounds like we're in a bathroom. You'll understand in a second. Hear me out. Okay, so the girls and I are back in Europe. Although it might be America, it was America and Europe maybe mixed in one. And we're out, we're partying, we're having a great time. We end up at a party that's like, I think it was in New York actually. It was like Paris Hilton and all these super like exclusive people were there. I'm like, how the f did we end up in here? And we're sitting at Paris Hilton's table. Like I got us onto Paris Hilton's table. We were friends apparently. And the girls are loving it. It's Sonia, it's Natalia, it's Dev, it's Ali. We're having a blast. And then we're in this like rooftop, like, you know, all having a vibe. And then like Ali's getting really flirty with this one guy. And I was like, man, Ali, like, that's a bit like, chill out, dude. Like that's intense. And then all the girls are kind of like going off. And then it was like kind of end of night. So then everyone's like, there's like an elevator. So everyone goes like, we're on a balcony of this building. And then we all walk into like this inside area. And then it's like an elevator at the end. And then everyone's just sitting along the walls. And I'm like, what is going on? And then everyone's just waiting for an Uber, and because they know it's like an upper Middle East party, they're like, oh, the Ubers are really expensive, so some people are waiting because they know that it's like, you know, Paris Hilton and a lot of rich people, they put the Uber prices up, so everyone's kind of waiting around, and there was just one too many for us to get an Uber all together. And like, it's so gross. Some people are like on the ground like vomiting because they're so drunk, and then I like walk into this back area and it's just fucking creepy. Now it's starting to look like Taken, and I'm like, okay, we need to get out of here.
Ooh.
So then there's this like group of like hot dudes, right, that we were with earlier in the night.
Red flag.
And they were like, oh, we're going to drive home. We've got a spare spot to drop somebody off if anyone wants. And then I put my hand up and along with the girls, and they're like, oh, like, yeah, Britt, go, like, Britt, everyone was like, Britt, go with them. So, you know, they were really nice to us earlier in the night. So I was like, oh, okay, like, I'll get it. It was just not something I'd ever do in a million years. So this is already, I was a bit like, I think I said to the girls, I was like, oh, I'm not really like comfortable. I think it's a little weird. And they were like, nah, like they're cute, like it's fine. And I was like, okay. And then the guys are like, all right, we're going, come on, Brittany. And I was like, okay. And I stand in the elevator and it's like 3 dudes and they're like staring at me. And like, to be fair, one of them was really hot, but besides the point. And they just like got a weird vibe. Like it starts to get weird. They're like looking at me and they're just like, and they just had like an evil look to him. And I was like, oh, motherfucker. I was like, what is going on? But I was like, maybe I'm reading into it. And then they walk out the elevator and they're like barefoot. And this is where I started. I'm like, what the f are they barefoot? I'm not trusting anybody barefoot. So I continue to walk. So then they start to walk faster and faster. So there's like a bigger gap between us. And I'm like, this is really weird. And
absolutely,
they start to like jog up the street and they're like jogging. And I'm like trying to keep up with them. And I'm in like these really big hills. And I'm like, bro, like I can't keep up. Like, why are you running? Why are you running? And they're like, and we gone down the elevator at this point, and I'm like, why are you running? And I'm trying to keep up, and I cross like the road, and then they keep looking back to make sure I'm watching, like following them. And then I was thinking in my head, I was like, something's off. They're barefoot running on the streets. Then they run up this like street, and I'm at the start of a really dark street, and then they turn off into an alleyway. And I was like, they're barefoot running through the street, and they're just gone into an alleyway. I'm like, no, I don't know these guys. Absolutely not. And I also thought are they running because they don't, and keeping the distance because they don't want to see anybody see me leave with them? So I was like, okay. So I turn the other way and I start like running back in my stilettos. I'm like, like running back this way. And I get back into the building and like they didn't follow me. So I was like, so I was like, I'm pretty sure I was about to be murdered. So then I'm like trying to use the elevator and everyone's like, oh, like you can't get up there, it's exclusive. Like you can get down, but you can't get up. And I was like, and then I look out the window at the corner of my eye. I see all of the girls running to get an Uber. And they looked at me, but they ran. And I was like, what the f? And I'm like running after them and I'm yelling after them like, girls, yeah. So I was like yelling. And then I was screaming. I was like, Allie, you fucking bitch. And then she turns around. She's like, what did you call me? And I was like, oh, now you can hear me. And she was like, I fucking went for a throat. I was like, why are you guys running from me? Like, you were meant to be home. Like, and she goes, there's not a spot for you in our car. You know this.
What?
And I was like, dude, I was like, are you even going to ask me while I'm back? I was like, I think I nearly got murdered. And they're like, we don't really care. And I was like, all the other girls got in the car at this point. And I'm like, what? I was like, dude, you can't leave me here. And she's like, oh, you can never do anything by yourself. You always have to have somebody holding your hand.
Oh, that's mean.
She's like, grow the f up. And then I remember I was like, and I just remember I start going at it. I can't even remember what I said. I was like, how dare you? And then I just start going at her. I don't even know what I said. I just went for her. And then I woke up and I just remember woke up and I'm like, so fucking mean. But I think like as I was yelling at it, they like got in the Uber and left me on the street by myself. Like literally I was on the street by myself. I don't even know why. No, this is not a dream. I don't really know what it means.
Oh man, sometimes dreams are mean and they will put you in a position where the people you trust the most are the ones that are going to betray you. It always happens in dreams. I can't just imagine how she woke up traumatized, and I'm very sure that Ali is her roommate as of now. Just imagine the scene where you meet your best friend who has just betrayed you in the worst, most possible scenario. Even if it was a dream, you feel like you take a second to think of like, what if it happens in real life? These are some of the dreams that you wake up and you've already wet your bed. Not like waiting, but you know, you sweat enough. And well guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys really did stick to the very end, and I hope you did get entertained, because this was actually one hell of a story, one which you'd share with one of your best mates. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button for this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so that you may not miss my next uploads. Let's meet in the next upload, most probably tomorrow. Peace out.